another episode with me at IHT. And today we are going to talk about something that I actually used for quite a long time and I still refer to now, which is the session volume profile. Now, TradingView has come out with their session volume profile, SVP, recent time, so you can access it on the paid for level, I believe. You don't have to go to the max subscription, but this is quite a powerful tool if you know how to use it. And I have come across traders that want to ask me if I use it and how I use it, and I listen to how they use it, and often it makes me smile because they're doing it wrong. And when they realize why they're using it wrong, then that's where the revelation comes and whatever. But the SVP, as it says here in the definition, I'll leave a link to TradingView's page on session volume profile as well. By the way, I'll put that in the description. But it is calculating in a specified session. Okay, so you can manipulate it to say, right, give me a capture of what trading has happened where in the first 4 hours of the session of London session or New York session or whatever, and then it will give you that overview so you can see where all the trading has occurred, and it allows you to make decisions based on that. Now, what I'm going to do now is we'll go over to TradingView. So here in TradingView, we'll have a look at the SVP now. So indicators, SVP, and there it is there. It's not got any owner or whatever because it's actually part of the integrated software for TradingView. So you can just add it in there, and it looks like this pink and blue thing that I've got, and I've got the default settings. I've not fucked about with it or anything like that. If we do go to settings, that's the settings that is default. Like I said, I've not changed anything for this video or whatever, but I have come back to June because we'll look at what's happening in the session profile. Now, what it's doing is it's giving us a good real-time view of saying, look, a lot of trading is happening at this level, right? Within this price level, this is how much trading. And over the course of this period or this area, there you can see there's a lot of trading happening here, but here not so much. And then it creeps back up, and then we get another peak up here at this price level, and that's where trading happens as well. But what you can see is that in a new day, so as I come overnight, diggity, and then we get to 6 a.m., which is when I start. If we get here, you can see that this session, okay, so I'm starting at the break, right? So as it moves from Asia, as it moves from US to Asia session, I start it there, or this is the default anyway. And you can see it's pretty crunched up, right? It's not as big as these. And the reason is because this is dynamic, right? So it's calculating everything in front of it and showing it at the session. So we can almost sort of do this, put it up there, and then we can move forward a little bit. So let's move forward a couple, and you can see it dynamically moving. So it's always changing. Now I'm on 1 hour time frame here. I wouldn't recommend doing anything lower, but 1 hour it is. And you can see that this is gauging out, and is showing us the calculation. And as we go right through the day, it gets bigger and bigger, and whoa, there we go again. And you can see it being pulled. You can see where a lot of the trading is happening in this session. You can see where trading isn't happening. And as we go through, well, this is my end of my session. This is my 5 p.m. So this is the only time I trade. But you can see in that it's built now a good chunk of information to say, okay, trading was done in these areas and blah, blah, blah. Now, why is that good or why is that bad? Well, if we were to go back, so I'm just going to go back here because this is a really good example. So I've come back here, we've got this profile. This is useless in my opinion. You can't use it. So, you know, I know there's a lot of videos out there from you know, influencers that, you know, are bullshitting you by saying, oh, you look at the way it's growing or whatever. Like, that's not what you should be doing. Look back to the previous day. Now, here's the skinny, right? So let's have a look at the previous day. Where is trading condensed? Well, it's here and it's here. And a lot of people, again, will tell you to focus on these areas because this is where all the money is, right? This is where the smart money is, right? Everyone's trading around this area. So we got to get involved, right? Around these areas. No, you fucking don't, right? So get that shit out of your head. Where you want to trade is here, where there's no trading happening. Now, I'm going to let that sit for a little bit while you think about why I'm saying that. Because if there's loads of trading here, and there's loads of trading here, and none in between, how does price move from here to here? I can tell you how it moves. Very fucking quickly. So the point is that you don't want to get involved in the activity happening in the chop. What you want to be doing is moving between the chop, because that's where price moves. That's where you're going to get your pips, right? So now if I look at that and I look at the previous day and I say, right, okay, well, for now, currently, I start my day, currently price is here, and I'm going to say, right, you know what? Let's go over here, and this pricing drops dramatically here, and there's it just like boom, jumped to the next level. You can see it there, down to from there to there, straight through. So if I say, right, okay, you know what? I'm going to buy at that level, and I'm only going to take 10 pips. You know, don't be a dick for a pip. So here we're going to start it there because I'm expecting price to go. If it's going to come here, guess where it's going? It's either going to drop off again, right? So it's going to reject and start chopping around again, or if it does jump, it's going to go straight up here, right? We've already seen it just a second ago as I played it through, but look what happens. It goes through. Now, okay, did we make it? Depends on your broker, blah, blah, blah. It might have been a losing trade, but the point is, look at what happened when it got to this level. It jumped, and it jumped to the next level, rejected, and then pass through. Yeah. So let's continue this on to the next day. So right now, let's do a little running tally. So win, loss, right? And let's go to the next day. So skip. Bum, 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 bum. And where am I? 5, 6. Okay, we'll go here. So if I look at the previous day, well, we've got quite a bit of noise, but I've got a couple of things I can do. The first one I can do is I can say, right, well, it only got to there. So I can say, well, is there any room? No, actually, if we look on the previous day, this was like, it shot down from this. So there's nothing really stopping it from going past there. So I like that one. We'll keep that one there. And then pretty much the same on the lower end as well. So if we come down here, and I'm maybe gonna, we've got a couple of wicks here, but we're gonna go here. And again, I'm gonna put it as 10 pips, and let's see how we fare. So moving on, bum, bum, bum. Okay. So do you see what I mean? Look how much it fucking shot up. Why? Because there's no volume. In the last 2 days, there's no volume to stop the price shooting up. Now, let's go back a couple of time frames to see if we would have made it. And yeah, there you go. So we can see now that it came up, it tagged us in, and it actually tagged us straight out within 5 minutes. We had a one-to-one trade. 5 minutes. Boom, we're in. Yeah, you see what I did there? I just went back just to define it, because obviously the hour candle looks as though it went up and straight back down again. But we can see now what I'm starting to try and talk to you about. Yeah, so that was a winning trade. So let's put that one in there. Win. Maybe I'm going to go back to this trade, but to this strategy. But anyway, let's skip on. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, what time are we? So we're at 7, because it's the 6 o'clock candle, which finishes at 7. But we're going to have a look at this again, and we're going to say, right, okay, I'm gonna come down here now, and I'm going to say, right, let's go here. So I want that. But actually, if I look at the previous day, there was quite a lot of volume there. But let's put it in for kicks. And this one, well, you know what? We have a dip in price. I'm gonna put myself here. Okay, so I'm gonna put myself in amongst this stretch, because I can see from these candles here, this is like straight up, straight down, right? So there's not a lot of resistance here, right? Where was the most trading done? All the way down here. So if it does come up here, it's probably going to come up pretty fast. It's going to come up straight through it, right? So, you know, let's add caution to the wind, and let's go actually to this level here. Let's see if we can get an early trade, right? So we're going to go here. So let's see what happens. Oh, I've just pressed the wrong button. So this was our entries, right? So we're here in an entry, we're here in an entry. So let's go move forward. Looks like it's shying away from the buy. Let's see where we go. What happened? What happened? Well, it got down here, and there wasn't any volume the day before. And actually the day before that, the concentrated volume was down here. And look what price did. It came straight down to it. So the volume, session, volume profile, session profile, right, gives you a really clear vision of where the price is going to move to. Just because there's loads of trading here, don't fucking trade it. Don't fucking trade it. You're gonna get burnt. It's choppy as fuck. You're gonna get chopped up like a fucking sushi fucking deli, right? Go where it moves. And again, we can have a look here. We'll go back a time frame, 30-minute, just to get clarity. 15-minute. Oh, let's go make sure that this is going to be viewable. Visibility. Minutes. Cool. So let's go back 30, 15, 5 minute, 1 minute. What happened? Okay, so we did get the trade, look, yeah? Oh no, we didn't. So that was a loser. It came down, came up. Look, I'm only doing 10 pips. You can do whatever you want, but let's put that up. Boom. But you can start to see what I mean, right? It's moving quickly, right? Really quickly when you get to these levels. So let's go back to 1 hour. Let's see. Losing's part of it. It's absolutely fine. We're learning and we're analyzing, right? So let's skip ahead. Where are we? 6 o'clock. So we're at 7 a.m. Let's have a look at the previous day. Okay, we've got some bits here, but look, when we get to this level, I'm probably going to move that trade over to here. I think we've got a good chance to win that one. And then for the sell, I am going to come down here as it drops. I'm going to go there. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Might not get a trade. We didn't get a trade that day. Let's carry on. 5, 6, so we're at 7 o'clock. Again, I can see the drop down here. So I'm going to move my trade to that level. And for my sell, I'm probably going to move it to there. Yeah, because you can see that it's dropped right off then, and there's nothing. Same here. So that's why I'm going with those levels. So let's see what happens. I'm in, I'm out. one trade. Yeah. So let's go back in the minute. So going from here, so go 30 minutes, 15 minutes. You can see it comes in, get tagged in, and then I'm straight out. Within 15 minutes, I make my trade. Okay. And again, you know, you don't have to do 10 pips, 10 pips, 1-to-1. You can start to play with it and go, okay, you know, let's see. That one would have won if I'd have had maybe 5-6 pips. You know, you could have, if you wanted a 1-to-5, 1-to-5, done. Whatever, right? Up to you. But we're just playing, all right? We're playing together, it's fine. So I'm going to go back to my hour. And let's see what happens. I'm going to carry on the day. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, look. Wow. Got another one in the same day. 2 trades, right? 2 winners. So 1 winner, 2 winners. How many is that? 2. So 2 losses, 3 winners. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 trades. All right. Oh, no, I moved the other one, didn't I? Okay. So we got 2 losses, 3 winners. And now we're in profit, right? 3 days, more or less, 4 days, a week, whatever. I'm up. Yeah. So let's move on and go on to the next day. Where are we? 7 o'clock now. So now let's look at this one. I can probably keep this one again because again, nothing there, no resistance. It came down straight back up, right? That's absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. And we're going to leverage that one as well. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to go to this level now. And let's go to the buy. Well, this one's easy. It's going to go straight to the top there, right? And let's see what happens. So we play out the day. I'm in. Okay. Again, 10 pips probably isn't the best thing I've selected today, but look at what happened. It gets to this level and it's gone. It's gone, baby. You know, you've got to realize that the volume profile is quite a powerful thing if you look at it logically, okay? So let's move on to the next. I'm going to do a few more days, so feel free to stick around. Oops, come back to here. Now, this is a bit awkward now because we're above this, and if what I want to do is I want to trade like up, right? I don't want to trade down. So I'm going to have to leave this one for a little bit and move that one over there. And I'm gonna bring this one up because I want to put a sell here in this gap. I want it to go from this bit to this bit. That's what I'm expecting, right? Or that's what I'm hopeful of. If it does come down here, that's where I want to be. Might not come down, but we'll see. No, it continues to go up, which is absolutely fine. We don't have to trade every day. Okay, so now let's bring her back. Just one day, there you go. So now let's look. Well, we're right at this level here, which is again not really ideal. But I think if we can set a trade at this lowest level, maybe if it gets here, it's probably going to try and check and test up there. So let me put a trade there, and then here, this is again easy calculation. I'm just going to go straight in at the low end of this volume, right? So we have a lot of trading here and then nothing stopping it. And actually this goes all the way down. Okay, we had a bit of chop around here overnight, but for the most part, we had a big move. So a couple of close trades really. In fact, actually that one I've just realized is right on the money. So we're not going to move that. I don't like going in straight away. Yeah, I'd rather have the morning breathe and then I can trigger rather than going straight in. Oh, look, it's on that line. Market trade. No, don't do that. Just wait for it to move. Give it some breathing room. Boom, we're in and we're out. So that's a winning trade. Can you see how you can simply look at the volume profile and see where I'm trading. I'm not trading here. I don't give a shit. I don't care what anyone says about this. Oh, this is where the money is. You've got to trade it. No, you haven't. Trade in the gap, because there's nothing stopping it. There's no trading happening there. So it needs to jump from one to the other. Either it goes in here and goes, oh, fucking nobody wants to buy me, and then comes back, or it will go and look for the next bit. It's looking for price. There's none here. There's no trading here. There's trading here. That's where all the buys and sells are, is up here, not in here. So it needs to move, and that's exactly what it did. Look, it came out of this area, and it tested all this. Is there anything? Is there anything? Is there anything? No. And came back down again. Let's see what it does next. Okay, so it's come off of that level now, and we're coming back down. And again, we get another trade. Perfect. 2 trades. So another winner. Okay, so we have another winner, because look at what it did. Came through the chop. This is where all the trades are. It filled up. Came out of it. Look at this. Came out of it. There's fuck all there. And it just came down, cleared out everything and gone. Because there's not much to clear out. So it moves quickly. That's what you trade. Don't fucking trade this shit. Smell the coffee. So where are we? June 25th. June 13th. So we've got plenty of days. I'm going to carry on if you want to carry on watching. So we go here. I'm going to skip 1 more hour. Okay, perfect. It's already up to where we want it to be, right? Because we want it to be in this gap. I'm actually going to move this to this level. I want to come into this one here, if you can see where I'm aiming, right? Because it's drop down, and then it's like pretty much nothing. And look at this. Look at this. We want to be part of this. Now, yeah, you could go, oh well, let's see if it goes up here. I'm not really worried about it. I just want to be in and out. I don't fucking like. I tell you, most traders, you don't want to be hanging on to trades for years, especially when you're intraday. Just get in, get out, wham bam, thank you ma'am. You know, that's what my missus will tell you I'm like anyway. But anyway, let's move this one out. I don't like this level here, but here I don't mind. So I'm going to put my trade on this level. So like from that one there, that bar. Again, we haven't changed any settings from the default on this profile, by the way. So we are close to this one. Yeah, it's not ideal, but let's see. It might tuck me in and tap me out, but let's see. Boom, we're in. And we're out. Winning trade. Boom. There you go. So that's 6 wins, 3 losses. So at 1-to-1, if I'm doing 1% of 100 grand account, then I'm probably, what am I now? I'm probably about 2.5 grand up. Excuse me for slurping my tea, if you heard that then. But I'm probably about 2.5 grand up. So it's all right, isn't it? For a week's work, week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it was. Anyway, we're going to carry on. And I am going to carry on until today's date, which is the 11th of July. So again, feel free to watch me go through this so you can see what I'm talking about. We're going to skip ahead to 7 a.m. What are we now? 4, 5, 6. So now we're at 7 a.m. Perfect. I'm going to look back. I don't want to be trading in here. We're in this gap at the moment, right? As we start the day, and then we've got this gap. So I'm probably going to look at a trade all the way up here. Yeah, this is where I want. And we've got a wick to show that it's come up here, and there's no hanging around in here over the hour. There's no hanging around. So I'm hoping to just push through here. If I look back, there's fucking nothing there, nothing there. It's probably going to get up to here before it does anything anyway, if it does come up, but we'll see that. And then here, I'm just going to move this trade to the bottom of this profile, like that bottom bar there. Because, again, it tapers off here. We can see these big wicks. It's come down here before, so, and there's nothing really stopping it. This is where all the trading is happening at this level, right? This is where it's all happening. And we see that now. We're at the top of that level here, right? We're at the top of that zone. So let's see if it jumps through it. But let's have a look. I'm going to go bump, 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 click, click, click. There we go. Oh my goodness me, look at that one. That's a great one. Bump, 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 straight in and out. Let's actually have a look. So I'm going to go back in time. So we're going to go 30 minute. We're going to go 15 minute. We're going to go 5 minute. We literally got tagged in, and 5 minutes later, we're done. 5 minute trade. Again, if it's 1% of a 100 grand account, it's $1,000 for 5 minutes work. It's not bad, right? So let's go back to the 1 hour. I'm going to change my little tally to 7. And again, we'll carry on. So let's go. Boom, 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 boom. If only trading was this quick, right? Because, oh shit. Back testing is easy because there's no waiting, right? Back testing is easy. It's real time where you just got to wait, and then it's tomorrow, and then maybe next week, and then no, I didn't trade today, so it's the week after. And bear in mind, I'm only doing this on one pair. You could do as I do. You can see all the pairs that I trade. So these are the ones that I look at. You know, I look at all these trades. And then I go through and I see which one I like and which one I don't like, and then I place the trades, and that's it. You know, it wins, it loses, it don't fucking matter. It's just as long as you're consistent. So let's have a look at this. So price is all the way down here. Now we've had a bit of a rumble here, and at the top of that rumble was a big jump. So I'm gonna go here. I'm getting a bit overconfident now, but I'm gonna go here, and then for a sale, I'm actually going to go rock bottom here, and we can see we had a railroad there. I don't know if you know the term, but a railroad is this. Okay, so these two candles here. So it came down, straight back up. Railroad, right? 2 tracks, boom, boom. And that's a clear sign to say that this level is, you know, not favored. Yeah, so it comes down straight up. So let's see what happens. So basically, if it comes down here again, it's already tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, pretty much. 6th time, it's probably going to break, right? So that's a nice, and that'll probably move really quick. Let's have a look at some other profiles. Yeah, this very thin, till down here. Now, if you want to drag that, take profit out, it's up to you. But let's have a look, see what happens today. Move, move, move. Probably not going to get a trade at this rate. Yeah, there's a lot of chop. And we're out. I always cancel my orders, by the way. I always cancel my orders. I say that as I get this trade. I cancel my orders in this session. I trade UK time. I'm up at 6. So 6 p.m. till 5 p.m. 6 a.m. till 5 p.m. And that's my day. I literally have a timer on these trades. So I set them up in the morning. I have a timer to cancel them at 6 p.m. and then they're done. I don't care what happens after that. I come back new day. So we didn't get any trades there. Skipping fast on to this one. And again, yeah, we're right in this money area here where we're starting to get chop at this level. It doesn't really know what to do. I don't really have anywhere to put a sell trade, but I do have a place to put a buy. And where is that? Up here. Yeah, because I want it to come up to these levels, because if I look left, it's nothing. It's just going to go straight to this level, right? So I've placed that there. So it's right at this level here. I'm going to come down a little bit because I want to come down to there. Don't care about these wicks. I don't care. Just I want it to come in and just test this void, right? Because it is a void to this area. It's gonna tap off of this area for sure, if it gets there. And then this one, I'm not going to put a sell on this day. It's just a buy. So let's see what happens. Nothing that day. Just 2 days without a trade. Oh my God, I got cold turkey. It's cold turkey. Look at what it's done as it gets to this level. Shot right up. Yeah. As this came down, it's moved quickly. Yeah. And now we're at sort of the level where I had my previous trade. Yeah. What time is that? Okay, one more. Boom. There we go. Okay, so today, what we're going to do today? Well, okay, again, it's not ideal because we've got we want to be buying at these levels on the previous day's volume. We don't want to be selling. So again, I'm probably going to make a sale. I'm going to make a sale at this highest level. Oops. At this level at the top there, right? So I'm going to go to there. Why? Because there is a lot of trading here, and if we can see the levels, it's probably going to come down here, and then I'm not going to have a buy, right? Even though I'm still tempted by putting one here, I'm not going to have a buy. Let's have a look, see what happens. Right, okay, so that's a loss. We had a tap there, boom. But you can see it's testing this area here. It's testing it, right? It's come down into it and it's gone, is there anything? Is there anything? No, okay, I'm going somewhere else then. If it gets a bite and it goes, oh, hang on a minute, I've got something, and then it'll just drag itself down. But no, that was a loss. So let's go a loss there. So we're going to go on to the next day. Wow, it's a big gap. What's this, Friday? Yeah, okay. So look at the gaps that happen from Friday to Mondays. Crazy, absolutely crazy. I never understand it, to be honest. But anyway, so here we go. Now we're coming into the chop. I know where my buy is going to be, right? I know where my buy is going to be, because my buy is going to be right at this level here. Yeah, it's going to be here. In fact, you know what? I'm going to bring it down a little bit so that I've got most of my take profit within this sort of tester wick. So I've got that there. Bring that over, and then my sell, I'm already at the, this level anyway, so I'm going to bring it right down the bottom here. I'm going to go here for a sell trade. Yeah, on these bottom bits of the session profile down here. And let's see what happens. Okay, we got a win. Yeah, so we're tapped in, and boom, we get a win. So let's clear that to 8. Brilliant. Boom, boom, boom. Let's try and race through. Oh wow, look, I got 2 trades that day. Nice. But hello, look what I said. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. This is what it wants to test. Let's see if, did it test? Yeah, it's exactly where it went. Here, where all the trading was happening. Not here. There's nothing for it. And look what it did, shot. So when you see all these, like, oh, it's news item, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but the news item goes through all of the weak points because there's nothing stopping it. If there was like, $9 trillion worth of orders there, it wouldn't fucking move, right? Agreed? Yeah, hopefully you're nodding your head. But yeah, so you have to realize that you do not trade the chop, you trade the gap, right? And that's really important. So we're going to do last one. Oops. The last one is here for this, because I think I've made my point, and I'm probably going to play with this now. I do introduce it every now and again in my strategies, but it is what it is. So we've got a little bit of chop here. I'm going to actually come below that chop for a sell. I'm going to say I want to have a sell here under this chop, because there's a gap there, right, until it picks up around this chop. So let's see if it goes from this area down. That's what I want, right? This area down. There is no reference point at the moment to do a buy, and we don't have to force it. It's fine. There's always tomorrow. So let's see what happens. No, it's just lingering around. It doesn't really know, because there is nothing there. So it's sorting itself out. It's building up the profile, right? It's building up the profile. Okay, you tempted me. I'm going to do one more encore. Let's go here. 2 more. Bomb. And let's go here for a last day trade. Again, drops off. I'm probably going to try it here under this one as it comes completely down to negative. And then on this one, I'm actually going to go here. And I'm going to try and contain this this wick. So if it does come to here, then I can push, then price can push, and I can, it's already been trading around here. There's nothing stopping it from going even further. And if we keep looking left, nothing, right? Nothing. So who knows where it's gonna end up, right? So let's see what happens. I'm in. I'm out. Ah, I wouldn't have been in. Oh no, I would have been in. It's 5 o'clock there. Look, 1700 is the time. So yeah, I cancel my trades at 6. So let's see if, let's go back 15 minutes. So when did it tag me in? So 4:45, 5 o'clock. Yeah, so that would have been my trade. Cool. So we finish on 10 trades up. Now, minus commission, bit of slippage, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to be 6 grand up. You're probably more likely to be like 4 grand, maybe 3.5, but you're still up. Yeah, and that's doing 1-to-1, 10. Now, we didn't start very well. We probably picked the wrong day, but hopefully you see that how to trade the volume profile. If you don't trade the volume profile in this way, then I'm sorry to say, don't take this the wrong way, you're a fucking idiot. But if you do trade it the way that I'm talking about and I'm telling you, then you will see the value. Do not trade where the volume is. Trade where the volume is not. Simples. Okay? Anyway, backtesting is easy because you can do a week, a year in like, no time at all. Trading in real life is a fucking nightmare because you have to wait and wait and wait. And if you don't get a trade that day, you're like, you just sat there with the cock in your hand. And really, it's things like that make me say, I fucking hate trading.